Before we get started on day 5's video, I just want to take a minute to say thank you. You may have noticed that it's been a little bit since I posted my last video journal. And the reason for that is a little bit ago, Nathan, one of our twins, had to have emergency surgery. He woke up one morning completely fine, and by 6 o'clock that afternoon, he was coming out of surgery. Had to have something in his stomach repaired. But kids are resilient. 2 days after that, he was released from the hospital. 3 days after surgery, he was completely back to normal. But as this channel has grown, a lot of you have followed me on Facebook and Instagram, and those are the two social media channels I use to kind of post some family stuff along with landscape photography stuff. And as I posted pictures of Nathan and him going through surgery, a lot of you sent prayers, good thoughts our way, just checked in on him. And just want to say a sincere thank you for that. That really meant a lot to myself and my family as well. Just want to pass along Nathan, he's great now, and hopefully no more emergency surgeries like that. But again, thank you so much. So we'll get started with day 5. If you follow the other video journaling large format photographer, the intro is going to seem pretty familiar to you, and that's by design. You'll see why in just a little bit. But thanks for watching. Thank you again to everyone who checked in on my son, and we'll see you next time. Is it possible to visit a place and have it be both familiar and new at the same time? This was certainly the case for me when I visited Zion for the first time several years ago. Some parts of the park were very familiar to me. Having studied many images, I felt like I could map out the Narrows and subway with my eyes closed, even though I had never been there before. However, the part of the park that nothing could prepare me for was the sheer scale and magnitude of the towering sandstone fortresses. Zion casts a presence that is simply overwhelming. During that first trip, I spent several days wandering the park, awestruck that a place this beautiful actually existed. As silly as it sounds, I felt an immediate connection to the park. To this day, I feel that same unique sensation of both familiarity and newness each time I visit the park. People often ask me if I'll ever branch out, maybe visit someplace new. Perhaps, but I know for certain that I will never grow tired of visiting my old friend in southern Utah. Zion is like a lost love that slipped away. It occupies your thoughts and, if you're lucky, visits you during your dreams. It's fitting that the name Zion means sanctuary. Like a lighthouse beckons wayward ships at sea, the park draws me in, providing a welcome sanctuary among the sandstone, cottonwoods, and frigid waters. It is in these elements that I find both peace and purpose. And so I return, year after year with my camera gear in tow. Sometimes I'll set specific goals, capture this shot in the Narrows, or look for that composition in the main canyon. Sometimes I'll wander both near and far, seemingly aimlessly, listening to the park and discovering what it has to show me. I've long since lost count of how many miles I've hiked, but I know it's a lot. So what is it that draws me back year after year, often with a heavy pack covering ground I've seen before? Since my first visit to Zion, I've had the somewhat audacious goal to capture the spirit of the park in a single image. Although I've produced work over the years that I'm very happy with, these images remain only a small slice of what Zion has to offer. A beautiful glow in the Narrows is certainly breathtaking, but does it truly capture the essence of the park? And how do you capture a feeling on film? It is perhaps one of the most difficult areas of photography, and one that has eluded my efforts thus far. Until this year, that is. Early one frigid morning while I was exploring a familiar part of the park, I came across a composition that I had never noticed before. The foreground featured 4 towering pillars, illuminated by the soft golden glow of the morning sun. The background consisted of a massive ponderosa pine, its warm bark accentuated by reflected light. At the base of the pine were brilliant orange maples, autumn's last gasp at hanging on. It truly captures the spirit of Zion, and if I'm being humble, this is probably the greatest image of all time. Also, that pine tree is growing out of my head. Nobody told me about that until it was too late to retake the image. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. So all the rain yesterday, or snow that melted and created these brand new creeks in the washes, this morning most of it had turned to ice. So we scouted around for a little bit and tried to find some interesting ice textures. I think I found one texture that will look pretty good on black and white. I was really hoping to get a freshly fallen maple leaf on the ice, but no such luck. Then after that, it's a clear day, so started looking for reflected light glows and found a beautiful ponderosa pine. The bark was really lit up on it, and then had maples surrounding it that weren't red. They were kind of an orange color, really, really pretty. So I shot that, and then some more scouting behind me. I don't know if you can see, there's a raised hill, and was able to isolate a pine tree against the sky. And there was these beautiful white clouds rolling through. So I think that having those clouds behind the tree will really look nice. I've been using my normal lens a lot more this trip. I really enjoy using that because I get the full range of camera movements. So it really opens up a lot more freedom when I'm composing and focusing. So it's been a good day today. Tomorrow we'll probably go into the Narrows, but right now we've got mostly clear skies, so we'll keep scouting some more and see what we can find. So I started out the morning scouting down in these washes without my camera gear. Found a couple shots that I thought were worth taking, so went back up to the car, and as I was coming over the hill, I saw two people making out. And I mean hardcore, wrap your arms around, grab two handfuls, making out. So that was fun. Probably more fun for them than for me. Welcome to Zion Day 5.